This Nevin Snow from the San Diego Yacht Club. Nevin is, I believe, we'll have to look at our history, but I believe is probably the youngest winner of the Governor's Cup in 45 years, meaning that if he continues in the Governor's Cup, and I certainly hope he will, he could actually be the first four-time winner. We've only ever had two-time winners, but he could win another 3 times here. But Nevin, let me ask you first. You guys sailed brilliantly, and I know you have quite a bit of match racing experience, but perhaps compared to the people from Australia and New Zealand, not quite as much. How is it do you think you were able to do this?
I think we really just tried to keep a level head through all our races, and I think one of the biggest things was when everyone was kind of either rejoicing over their wins or getting a little sad over their losses, we were trying to stay focused and go back upwind and really work on the stuff that we thought that we might not be able to perfect a little bit more on, and it was definitely a big attribute to the whole crew.
That was Jake Liddell in the background. Jake has quite a bit of match race experience too. Come here for just a second, Jake. I have one question for you. We'll see if you answer it as well as Walker Banks did a couple of years ago. Now, you're a skipper yourself, and you've done very well in this in the Rose Cup and in here. Why is it that you're the crewman and Neville's the skipper?
Well, we just all are very good at our own jobs, and it worked out this way, and we get along really well. I think I get a little bit hot-headed when I'm skippering a little more, and
right.
Nevin's a super good driver, and just works out for us. So.
And you like to win.
I like to win.
There you go. All right.
Nevin's the winning ticket.
Thanks, Jake. All right, you heard it. You heard it here. That Nevin is the winning ticket. Well, that's great. What? How was it? Because you're one of the 2 youngest competitors here, and as I said, probably the youngest winner ever. How is it sailing with 2 much older guys like the 2 Jakes?
I think it's great. I mean, we've always been really good friends together. We've always grew up sailing sows together, and just this past year or so, we really started just kind of come together as a really good keel boating team. So it's all worked out.
What in match racing, I mean, I found that the older I get, probably at least for a while until it completely went downhill, the more experience you have, the better off you are. How do you think you've done this with, I think, arguably a lot less experience, and there are not a lot of regattas here for match racing in the United States. How have you developed the tactics you have?
We practice. We try to practice as much as we can. We have a really good training group down in San Diego with like Steve Hunt, and sometimes Bill Hardesty comes out with us. So some of the best guys in the world, and I think we just like to stick to the basics too. I think some people get caught up in too much match racing, and I think one of our big advantages is just going fast and sailing like we know how to sail.
That's great. I think that brings up what too much match racing. That's probably what I did, but I think he brings up a good point here. Is that you occasionally have to sort of remember that match race tactics are important, but boat speed is also important. So you think you had an advantage on boat speed, or?
I wouldn't say necessarily an advantage. I think we just might be the most consistent when it came to boat speed. I think we transitioned the best through all the conditions. I mean, you saw today it was probably 10 to 15 and awesome conditions, but we also had dead light. And I think we were just tried to keep it consistent.
And the boats are much more difficult in the very light, aren't they?
Very much so.
Yeah, these are very high performance boats, and they tend to, if you stop them, the keels will not work and you go sideways. So in a way, one of the tactics is almost actually learning how to go backwards and sideways properly, isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, we just try to keep ourselves moving.
All right. Well, very good. Well, needless to say, we hope you'll come back. I think with someone on the cusp of a career like you're going to have, I know that you'll probably find other fantastic things to do in the next few years. But on behalf of Balboa Yacht Club, first of all, we congratulate you. And second, we certainly hope you come back for the Governor's Cup many times to come. Although those of us who have won it twice sort of, somebody that wins it 3 or even 4 times, you'll set a record that nobody's ever going to beat. Congratulations, Nevin. Great job.
Thank you so much, Andy.
All right.